there, wig lover. This is Heather from CysterWigs.com, and I'm reviewing lots of hair. So I've got hair boxes all behind me. But right now I'm bringing you a review of a heat-defiant Jon Renau wig called Elizabeth. This is a hand-tied wig, and the color is one that I've been wanting to review because I'm very excited that they made this one. This is the FS26/31 S6, also known as salted caramel. So as many of you may have caught on, show that for more than a fraction of a second. This is actually the rooted version of the caramel syrup color. So if that color code sounds super duper familiar, that's because they're the same color. It's just this one has a dark root. So mystery solved. So, and now that I've said that, let me sort of echo something that I'll say in all of the reviews of these new chocolate collection colors, and that is that all of them are syrup shades. They all have this FS right in front of the color code that indicates that they're syrup shades. And what does that mean? I can hear you asking, unless you've watched the other reviews of these colors I've done, and then you know. That means that a third of the coloration of these colors is going to be made up of highlight shade. So 2/3 of the coloration is going to be made of the base shade. So in this case, that's going to be the 31, which is this very beautiful sort of auburn color. It's like a medium auburn. It's a little bit more of a gingery auburn than the regular number 30. And then the highlight shade is going to be the other third of the coloration. And that highlight shade is going to go not just on the top, like in most highlight schemes that you see, but that color is going to go all the way through the cap down to the very nape. And then that highlight shade, since I brought it up, I'm going to zoom in on that so you can kind of see it a little bit better. That highlight shade is a butterscotch blonde. So that's a 26. So it's a gold blonde, a medium gold blonde that has some auburn tones blended into it, so that way it's got a little bit of a butterscotch cast. So it's a very warm, very luscious color, and one that I don't consider a brunette for a second. I definitely think that this one is more of an auburn, because, I mean, look at it. But it's definitely not an in-your-face red. I think that this one is a very beautiful sort of auburn brown. I mean, we could call it an auburn brown, but you can't negate the fact that it's got a lot of red in it, because even the highlight shade is very, very warm. And then the root up here is a number 6, which is a brilliant choice. Brilliant choice, because it's not too dark, but it's just dark enough to look natural on something this highlighted. Very, very, very pretty. Okay, so let's talk some specs. The bang on Elizabeth is 6 inches. That seems about right, and she can be swept off to the side. Actually, she looks kind of cute swept off to the side like that. The crown down is 10 inches, seems about right too. The sides are 8.5 and the nape is 6, and it comes, at least mine came with the back kind of flared. So I'm just gonna let it kind of do its thing. And then whoever decides to buy this one can heat style it to their heart's content. Let me show you the smart lace front on Elizabeth. Let her focus there. That's beautiful knotting on the front of that. Look at how little those knots are. And I'm pulling that hair straight up so you can see that's actually a pretty dense lace front too. I pull that up so you can see just what I mean. That's a good lace front. Because it's not fake thick looking, but it's thick enough. That's a good one. I like that. And it's got that contour that kind of dips in towards the middle, which I also really love. You can see where my wig cap begins here. If that bothers you, you can always just pull a couple of these hairs over here on the side over. That sort of hides that a little bit. Alright, so before I mess with Elizabeth anymore, I'm going to go ahead and turn around. Look at all that height. Alrighty, let me take this one off now so I can show you what the inside of the cap looks like. Elizabeth is super lightweight. She only weighs 3.4 pounds. Here is the inside of the cap. See, there's a little seam here, and there is a little bit of polyurethane right here on the seam. So that'll help give you a place to put adhesive if you want, or it's kind of gummy on its own, so it'll help it keep from slipping, which is nice. And by the way, all wigs that are monofilament top and lace front will have a seam here, so that's very, very normal. There's a little bit of felt that goes around the perimeter of the monofilament top. There's also felt here on the ear tabs, which is very nice. There's also that mesh material covering the elastic adjusters here on the sides. They're Velcro, and the nape is felt, and it is an extended nape, which is very nice. The entire interior of the cap is hand-tied. It stretches all right on the inside, but not all that much. The perimeter stretches okay. This is what the bottom of Elizabeth looks like. Very, very pretty color. I like the length on this wig too. Sometimes it's hard to keep the longer heat-friendly synthetics looking good. They can get kind of snarly looking. I just want to show you how long this front is. It's a pretty long front. Alright, I'm just going to keep the part right there. So there you have it. This is what Elizabeth looks like, basically out of the box. So you can kind of see what the potential is there. You can get her to look like the product pictures, but you would have to heat style her because, like I said, she kind of comes kind of flippy and flared right out of the box. And so that's about it. This has been the Elizabeth by Jon Renau in the brand new color Salted Caramel, which is a little bit of a rooted take on the caramel syrup, which is FS26/31. So this is the exact same color code with an S6 slapped on it. So until next time, this is Heather from CysterWigs.com. Check out my web store if you ever get a chance. That's just www.cysterwigs.com. And I look forward to talking to you about wigs next time. Bye-bye.